Welcome children, and today our topic will be revision 5, and in revision 5 we are going to revise the chapter of rocks and soil. So as we all know, rocks and soil means it's a part of earth. Earth is made of rocks and minerals. The innermost part of the earth is known as core, and it is made of molten or melted rocks, therefore liquid. The outermost layer of the earth is hard, which is known as crust or made of solid rock. We can compare earth with the shell of the coconut, hard from outside and liquid from inside. Each rock is made up of two or more minerals. Rock is different in shape, size, texture, origin, color and uses. There are mainly three types of rocks on the basis of how they are formed. Rocks underwater. Some rocks are formed with small pieces of pebble, gravel, sand, clay. They are found mostly underwater like sandstone, shale, limestone. Rocks deep inside the earth. Deep inside the earth, some rocks change their form to make new rocks. The name of the rocks are marble, slate, and from the slate you all know that we write in the slate, it is from the same rock. Rocks near the earth's surface. Some rocks are formed when liquid minerals change into solid. These are found near the earth's surface. Rocks are also be categorized, whatever I told you, in the three names in the general classes, like igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Like sandstone is a clastic sedimentary rock. Then if we read about marble rock is metamorphic rock, means rocks deep inside the earth, that is metamorphic rock. And rocks near the earth's surface, if we find basalt, then basalt is igneous rock. Now the birth story of soil, if we hear this, first we have to know what is weathering. Weathering is actually a process where rocks break down due to the action of heat, cold, water and wind, and it changes into soil. Soil is the topmost layer of earth's surface, which is the mixture of broken particles of rocks, minerals, decaying plants and animals. It is most essential thing of our life, directly or indirectly. When there is hard rocks on the surface of the earth, the sun heats up these rocks. Rain and wind cool them down. They develop cracks due to constant heating and cooling. The cracks get bigger and bigger. Finally, the rocks break up into small pieces. Wind and water carry these small pieces, and then these rocks rubs against each other, break into tiny particles, and then these particles mixes with decaying plants or animals to form soil. Now we can do different kinds of experiments for how to know that and water and soil has water, or soil has soil contains air. So how we can prove that soil contains air? So we can take a pan, we can cover it with a lid, and after, if we heat in slow flame, after some time if we open the lid, we will observe that drops of water on the underside of the lid, and we can understand that there is water. But if we want to know that soil contains air, what we can do? Now we can take a glass jar, we can put some soil, and then we can pour some water over it. After pouring that, we will see that some bubbles floating up as we pour water. This happens because they are trapped in soil. So from this we can get to know that soil contains air and water both. There are three kinds of soil: sandy soil, clayey soil and loam. Loam is the most means ideal soil for growth of plants, as it contains humus. So loam is the mixture of sand and clay. Clay soil, what is clay soil? Clay soil is can hold lot of water. It is sticky in nature. Plants like wheat, rice grow well in this clay soil. And if we talk about sandy soil, then sandy soils is it can't hold that much water, it is quite dry, but the soil is quite light also. Very few plants grow in sandy soil. There are lots and lots of uses of soil. Soil is important in many ways. It provides plants water and minerals. It is a habitat for snails and earthworms and wood lice. Sorry. Soil prevents floods by absorbing rainwater. It also provides us useful minerals like diamond, graphite, etc. So it is our duty to protect soil as it takes millions of years for it to form. Now let us start doing some exercises, some revision work through the question answers and through some more. Question number 1. Answer the following question. Now this is a part question, and always, as I told you earlier also, part question should be written from the next new line after one answer you finish. So let's start. Question number 1. What is humus? What is humus? What is the function of humus? What is the function of humus? So the answer I'm discussing, and you can write on your own. This is just an example for you that how you can write answer. The decaying plant and animal matter is called humus. The decaying plant and animal matter is called humus. Now the next question was, what is the function of humus? Humus makes the soil rich in minerals. This is the function of humus. Humus makes the soil rich in minerals. This is the function of humus. Question number 2. Prove and explain that soil contains water. Prove and explain that soil contains water. Whenever you are writing this kind of answers, always remember that you should draw while you are doing or writing about an experiment to prove something in science. Always you should draw before starting the answer. Then you start writing the answer. So first you will draw a small picture. Then it is not required that you draw the shown picture in the book. You can draw anything which you want to write, and even in book there are pictures of human figures, so need not to draw. The focus should be on the experiment. So the answer could be like this. We have to take some soil in a pan and cover it with a lid. Then we are going to heat the pan over a low flame and then open the lid after some time. We will observe that drops of water on the underside of the lid, which shows that soil contains water. From this experiment we can prove that soil contains water. So once more I am guiding you. We have to take some soil in a pan and cover it with a lid. Then we are going to heat the pan over a low flame, and after some time we are going to open the lid. We are going to observe, or we will observe, that drops of water on the underside of the lid, which shows that soil contains water. From this experiment we can prove that soil contains water. Question number 3. Which soil is known as the ideal soil? Which soil is known as the ideal soil? Explain why. Loam soil is known as the ideal soil. Loam soil is known as the ideal soil. And for part answer you will write, because the question is explain why. Loam soil is known as ideal soil because it is a mixture of sand and clay. It is a mixture of sand and clay, and it can hold both air and water. It can hold both air and water. It is the ideal soil for growth of plants as it contains humus as it contains humus. So the full answer will be loam is a mixture of sand and clay. It can hold both air and water. It is the ideal soil for growth of plants as it contains humus. So loam soil is known as the ideal soil. So you have to answer this question in short type, like 1 to 2 sentences, not more than that. Next question, question number A is, what kind of rock is mostly found underwater? What kind of rock is mostly found underwater? What kind of rock is mostly found underwater? So before starting this answer, draw 1 or 2 picture of this kind of rock and then you start the answer. Some rocks are formed with small pieces of pebble, gravel, sand and clay. They are found mostly underwater. Some rocks are formed with small pieces of pebble, gravel, sand and clay. They are found mostly underwater. For example, sandstone, shale, limestone. For example, sandstone, shale, limestone. Question B. What is weathering? What is weathering? Weathering is the process of breaking down of rocks due to the action of heat, cold, water and wind. What is weathering? Weathering is the process of breaking down of rocks due to the action of heat, cold, water and wind. Why? Next question number C. Why does rocks develop cracks? Here also you can draw a small picture of showing that rocks has developed a crack. On your own you can draw it, a small picture. So the question is, why does rocks develop cracks? The rocks develop cracks due to constant heating and cooling. The rocks develop cracks due to constant heating and cooling. The cracks get bigger and bigger. The cracks get bigger and bigger due to constant heat and cold. Question D. Why should we protect soil? Why should we protect soil? We should protect soil as it takes millions of years for it to form. We should protect soil as it takes millions of years to form. It is also provides water and minerals to plants, habitat for many tiny creatures, and it helps us in many ways. So we should protect soil because it takes millions of years for it to form. It also habitat for small tiny creatures. It also provides plants for with water and minerals. It also helps us in many ways. Answer the following question. This answer will be a single sentence answer. So objective kind of answer. Question number 1. What is core? What is core? Answer. Question number 2. What is crushed? What is crushed? Question number 3. What is the topmost layer of the earth's surface? What is the topmost layer of the earth's surface? What is moisture? What is moisture? Name 2 different minerals which we obtain from soil. Name 2 minerals which we obtain from soil. What is core? What is crushed? What is the topmost layer of earth's surface? What is moisture? Name 2 minerals which we obtain from soil. So all these answer, if you go through each and every line of the chapter, it is very easy for you to find out. Choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer. A. The Grand Canyon is an example of what kind of rock? The Grand Canyon is an example of what kind of rock? Options are 1. Sedimentary rock, 2. Metamorphic rock, or 3. Igneous rock. 1. Sedimentary rock, 2. Metamorphic rock, 3. Igneous rock. B. Soil is a mixture of 1. Air and water, 2. Minerals, 3. Humus, 4. All. C. Clay is a soil that can be used in 1. Pottery, 2. Sandbox, 3. Recipes. D. Which soil is best for gardening? 1. Clay, 2. Sand, 3. Loam. So let me help you through the answers. A. Number 1 is the correct answer. B. Number 4 is the correct answer. Number C. 1 is the correct answer. Number D. 3 is the correct answer. Hope you have done all the answer correctly. Identify the type of rock. Here I have given you the name of some rocks. So you have to identify that in which category these rocks comes. You know there are 3 types of rocks and the name of the rocks already told in the previous modules. So you have to write the type of the rock. So A. Shell, B. Basalt, C. Slate, D. Granite, E. Limestone, If you listen to the previous module very carefully and if you go through the chapter, it will be very easy for you to answer these questions. Now, let us do some true or false. For true or false, after reading the sentences, please write in the full form and check the spelling while you are writing. TRUE, true, and FALCE. Don't make a mistake while writing the spelling of false. So now, let us go through the questions once. State whether the following statements are true or false. State whether the following statements are true or false. Number 1. Sandy soil is composed of small sand particles. Number 2. Soil prevents rain. Number 3. Crust is made of solid rocks. Number 4. Soil provides food for plants to grow. Number 5. Soil is the topmost layer of the earth's surface. Number 6. The sun heats up the rocks. Once more. Sandy soil is composed of small sand particles. Number 2. Soil prevents rain. Number 3. Crust is made of solid rocks. Number 4. Soil provides food for plants to grow. Number 5. Soil is the topmost layer of the earth's surface. Number 6, the sun heats up the rocks. Thank you.